Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all well and welcome to the first Premier League or Fantasy Premier League video for the season 2023-2024. So it's a little bit early, I know, but I still want to make some videos during the summer. So today we're gonna talk about some of the transfers that are being rumored that are going to happen in the Premier League, some of the bigger, more important transfers at the moment, and how they could affect our fantasy Premier League for next season, our teams. And yeah, that's the plan. So thank you guys for watching the videos. We're gonna start slowly, like I said. We're gonna do a video or two every couple of weeks, and then as the season starts getting closer and closer, and as the fixtures get released and the game gets released, we're gonna dig deeply into it. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and let's start. So very quickly, here is the overall rank for the last season. So 513 overall in the world. So obviously that's an amazing rank and I'm super happy with it. And the goal for next season will be to top this rank, hopefully. So I'm looking to get into the top 500 in the world at the end of 2023-2024, and who knows, maybe even push the top 100. That's the goal. Now let's talk about some of the recent rumors about players moving and going to different clubs, and let's see how those players could affect those clubs. So first let's start with Liverpool. Let's see if their new signing is here or not. Probably not on this page still. Let's go to the Brighton team. So the first official, I believe, signing of this summer is Alexis McAllister. If I could just find him. Where is he? Maybe I passed him, I'm not sure. Here it is. So Alexis McAllister, he signed for Liverpool a couple of days ago. So that's the first important signing of this summer transfer window, and he's going to be playing for Liverpool FC next season. Now, how does that affect the Fantasy Premier League? At the moment, I don't think it affects it too much, because when it comes to Liverpool, it's pretty simple. Salah is still, I believe, the best option. Yes, McAllister does take penalties for Brighton, but I still think that when it comes to Liverpool, Salah will be the first choice penalty taker, I would assume. I don't think McAllister is going to be taking them instead of him, at least not at the beginning. So still Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold are the two best Liverpool options, and then I suppose we could look at McAllister for the third spot, Liverpool spot, but I would say that in that spot there are some better options as well. Players like Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota maybe, Cody Gakpo, so mostly the attackers, they could have a good season coming up, and depending on their price they could be good options to have. So that leaves McAllister, who will play in a midfield for Liverpool. That makes him a less of an appealing option, but to be fair, it could depend on his price. If his price is low and he's cheap, he might be a good option at some point, but it will depend on the way Liverpool play, because as you all know, recently the way Liverpool have played, it has been mostly their three attackers and their fullbacks that have been getting the attacking returns, and they don't really get that many attacking returns from the midfield. But now with the introduction of Alexis McAllister, that might change, so we'll have to wait and see. Now we are moving into another potentially interesting transfer, and that transfer is Mason Mount. Apparently, now this is not confirmed, of course, but apparently there are rumors that Manchester United are looking to buy Mason Mount from Chelsea. Now, this could be an interesting transfer if it happens. I'm still skeptic about this transfer. I don't think Man United are gonna give Chelsea the amount of money that they are asking for him. But if it does happen, is he a viable FPL option when he goes to Man United? Well, it's hard for me to try to figure out where he fits in their team at the moment, because the position he plays in is Bruno Fernandes's position. He's an old player, I believe, and in the number 10, of course, and he will be starting most games in that position. I don't expect him to get rotated anytime soon. So the question becomes, when does Mason Mount play if he goes to Man United? Maybe there could be some rotations. Maybe he could play from the left, for example, and Marcus Rashford could play as a potentially as a striker, but that's a little too early to say at the moment. I'm not really sure what could potentially happen with that, but it's definitely an interesting transfer to keep an eye on. Now, one more very interesting transfer, very important transfer, could be Harry Kane from Spurs. So at the moment there are rumors that Harry Kane is going to leave Spurs, and there are two clubs that are mostly interested in him. One is Real Madrid, and the other club is once again Manchester United, apparently. Now, if Harry Kane leaves Spurs, so if he goes to Man United, then he's pretty much an nailed player in my starting 11 or a starting attacker spot for the next season. If he stays at Spurs, once again, I will probably start the season with him as well. Now, it's going to be interesting if he does end up leaving. What are Spurs going to do about him? About replacing him? So, will they get a different striker, or is some of their remaining players gonna have to step up? So I'm looking at someone like Son Heung-min, for example. Usually when a player that's as important and as Harry Kane for a club leaves the club, usually some of the other players have to step up, and it's going to be an interesting season. If Harry Kane does leave, then Son Heung-min, depending on his starting price, which I'm hoping will be low, he could be a very good option for next season for FPL. If his price is somewhere around 10 million, I'm hoping that will be the case. I'm hoping 9.5 or 10, 10.5 the most. He could be an interesting option. And one more reason for that is the fact that, I don't know if we will find it here, but Spurs have a new manager as well. Probably not in this tab, maybe in the news tab, maybe over here. Here he is, yes. So Spurs have a new manager. I'm not gonna attempt to say his name at the moment. I'm not ready for it. Maybe in the future. But he's the past manager of Celtic. So I don't really know much about him, because I don't really follow the Scottish league too much. But from what I heard, he is a known attacking manager, so he likes to attack. He plays an attacking football with lots of goals being scored. So that's another reason why I think Spurs attacking assets could be very interesting at the start of next season. Of course, it's going to depend on their fixtures as well. So yeah, and one more team to talk about, Chelsea. So now it's not listed here, but at the moment Kai Havertz, it seems that he's pretty much 100% going to leave Chelsea this summer, most likely for Real Madrid, which leaves the striker's spot open for the Chelsea team. Now they might buy a new striker, but also Romelu Lukaku might return from Inter Milan, where he is on a loan. So it will be interesting if he does end up returning, because I suspect he's going to be priced at a low price, probably somewhere around 10 million, I would say, probably around that. Not, I don't expect him to be uh, much more than that. So, and I think he could potentially have a good season coming up. But yeah, it's obviously early for that. He could be a potentially interesting option as well. So we might get into a position where at the start of next season in FPL, we have 3 premium strikers. So we would have Haaland, we would have Harry Kane if he goes to Man United, or if he stays at Spurs, and then maybe someone like Romelu Lukaku could be an interesting option as well. So those are the transfers that are going around at the moment. Obviously, it's still a little too early. Things will pick up in the next couple of weeks, and we'll talk about most of the transfers that will happen, most of the news, and we'll uh, go through that during the summer. And then by the start of the next season's Premier League, I will be back home and making videos from my computer for the next season. So I'm super excited about that. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and let's play the FPL season 2023-2024 together, and let's go up as much as possible on the ranks, and let's enjoy this season. So yeah, thanks everyone, and I will see you around. Goodbye.